right. Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers around the globe. Welcome to another Reader's Magnet featured author interview. My name is Jean again. It's nice to see you all. I will be your host for today. And with us is the one and only Tish Barnhardt, who will share her story about her other book, who is also available in Amazon and Barnes and Noble, which is entitled Morning Tea with the King, right? Hi, Tish. How
Right.
are
That's right.
you?
Hi, Jean. How are you today, my friend?
I am doing great. Thank you. Thank you very much for, being here for today. I do love your look today. You
Well,
look
thank you,
so
ma'am. We
awesome. It's not a hard try, I believe.
try. Thank you so
It looks
much.
You're welcome. That is awesome. It's awesome. It's good to see you for the second time around. I
Absolutely.
hope I hope you're excited as much as you were before for today. Are you?
Of course, always.
That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. Well, today we'll actually inviting people to take a look at you, or view your live sessions during the Festival of Storytellers this upcoming January 22nd to February 4th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you'll be joining Readers Magnet, and will you have a time of your own live booth sessions? Do you have a scheduled?
Yes, I've quite a few things I'll be doing during the Festival of Storytellers,
Mm,
including, of course, my own author of the hour, as well as
okay.
I'll be participating in three of the roundtable sessions that I'll be moderating for. And of course, I'll have my own author booth pretty much each day. So, hey,
Wow.
you guys, come check it out.
Amazing, amazing. That sounds so exciting. I would love to see you there. And I'm actually looking forward to whatever topics you'll be doing. Probably you'll have an activity, will you?
I will have an activity or two. Yep.
Wow, that's promising. And yes, we have to look for Tish during the Festival of Storytellers. And yes, that's gonna be every day. Is that every day, Tish?
Yes, every day, 22nd through the 4th. There's something that I'm going to be doing each and every day. So I'm excited about it. And hey, if y'all
I,
like
I'm
narration, you're going to get to hear me read a little bit of So You Want to Be a First Lady as well. So, hey,
Oh, there you go. That is something exciting. And I believe people actually that are actually looking at us right now are also feeling excited to hear what
yes.
you're going to say during that time. I will be there.
All right, King.
That's
Yes.
for sure. That's for sure. All right. So again, I just mentioned the other book of Tish, which is entitled Morning Tea with the King. Tish, can you show us the book itself so people can
Absolutely. I can
definitely?
show you the book.
There
This
you
is a
go.
lovely book, you guys, with the coffee there, the tea in the background.
Exactly.
Yep. Absolutely.
Exactly. Looks so classic and classy. I love it. I love it. Just the same
Thank
as
you.
the book of yours, entitled "So You Want to Be a First Lady," right? So
Mm-hmm.
that also looks so classy. Once again, everyone. Yes,
There it
there
is.
you
So you want to be a
go.
first lady?
The
Yeah.
elegant,
There we go. I
the
think it
elegant
was.
Absolutely. The Elegant Book of Tish. So you want to be a first lady. These two books are available in Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and of course, her website, www.tishbarnhart.com, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Amazing. Okay, so too much talking. I actually would like our audience to, hear some words from you. I know you've introduced some three interesting things before, but what's different and what's new with Tish today? Can you tell us something?
Well, like I said, you guys will have the opportunity if you're coming to Festival of Storytellers to the author booth times that I have available. I'm going to be doing some reading of the chapters. And so right now I am working on the
Mm.
audio version to So You Want to Be a First Lady. So that is going to be very exciting. We're going to bring all the bells and whistles with it, the sound and everything, so that you're
Oh,
going to think you're at a movie watching it as it's playing out. So, of course, I'm playing all the
amazing.
parts and characters of it. So, I think it's going to be great.
Oh, so it's gonna be a monologue that you're gonna be doing.
Well, not necessarily a monologue, but I'm narrating my own
Mhm.
book. So, I guess.
Oh,
I mean, it's several characters, of course, in the book. So you're going to get to hear the different voices and stuff when the
I
actual
see.
audible comes out. Now, during the storytelling time, you're just going to be hearing me, of course. But
I
so, yes, there's
see.
still going to be some good stuff.
Oh my God, that sounds so exciting. Will that be happening on your author of the hour session or the live
So
book session?
I think my author booth sessions, the 30-minute sessions, I'll be doing that. Now, if I can squeeze some time in during the author of the hour
Mm-hmm.
time, I might think about trying to do that, which you just
Yeah,
gave me a great idea to. So maybe I might squeeze about 5 minutes in and maybe read something.
right, right. Because it's gonna be an hour, so probably you can do a lot of things during that time. And yes, just to inform everyone, author of the hour session of Tish Barnhardt is on January 27th to 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Right?
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's the schedule, everyone. Stay tuned, and you can eventually hear Tish doing the storytelling or perhaps join her activity during that time. I will be glad to be there and see you during the author of the hour. And I guess you will be doing a lot of roundtable sessions as well, together with, the authors that will be
yes,
joining us during that festival. Okay,
absolutely.
great. That
Hmm.
sounds so amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
Now, let's
welcome.
talk about let's talk about your book, Morning Tea with the King. You haven't shared much about it the first time we had our interview. So tell us, what's the story all about?
So, Morning Tea with the King Gene, it is a 90-day devotional book. And so, in
Mm,
it, I also have a list of herbal teas that are good for our body. So, with Morning Tea with the King, for each day, you're going to have a scripture reading that I have there. And
mm-hmm.
then I'm going to share something, about the scripture. And then I leave some room down there for you to be able to reflect on what God maybe spoke to you during that time, as well as suggested tea for today. So, in
Mm,
the beginning of the book as well, there is a list of all of the teas that I have there that may be good for different things. And I'm just a firm believer that if God created us, Gene, from the dust of the earth, I just believe that there's something within the earth to heal us. And so I'm very
right.
big on, taking a natural approach to things. And so while you're getting fuel for your spirit when you pick up Morning Tea with the King, you can get some fuel for your body too.
Absolutely. Wow. That sounds so amazing. And yes, I haven't actually see the book like, in Amazon. I haven't even read the
Hmm.
synopsis of it, but by the sound of what you've shared today, it's something that will definitely make your day right. I mean, start the day right. Having morning
Absolutely.
tea with the king. That sounds
Absolutely.
great. That sounds great. And yes, that's amazing to hear. What I know, the things that you've said. There are scriptures, and of course, there will be part where we do the reflection. But
Hmm.
here's the thing: I just want to ask, what makes you decide to create this book, or what gives you an idea to have this?
Well, the thing is, Gene, I've always been pretty big on like herbal teas or drinking teas and different things
Oh,
like that. Whenever any type of ailment or cold or whatever would come up, I would always look up what I could take naturally rather than take a man made medicine
ah,
for it. And so as I was doing that, God just spoke to me one day, morning tea with the king. So, I'm also a minister, as well. And so I
right.
do a lot of speaking, teaching, different things like that, right? And so it was like,
Yeah.
okay, so if I can couple, a daily devotional along with something, a daily suggested, remedy,
Mm,
that most of us wouldn't want or need, right? And put them together in one book. And so that's what we did. And so we have
right.
90 days of it.
My God, that's 3 months actually.
Yes.
What type of tea do you like? Which tea do you like the most?
Well,
I'm so curious to know about it.
well, I really like the ginger tea, a lot because it helps with inflammation and things like that.
Right.
One time I drank ginger tea like all day long, like 3 cups
Oh,
in a day. Girl, I lost like 5 pounds. I was like, wait a minute, hold up,
I like that.
yes,
Oh, that's
so
you
it
gave
kind
me
of
an
helps.
idea right now.
So it kind of helps with that, as well. And, it helps to build your immune system and things like that. So
Mm,
I was actually trying to shake, a little cold or something that I felt trying to come on. And so I just made sure I had it in my system pretty much all day. So what it did is it just flushed out, whatever was going
wow.
on. And so, yeah, so I spent a lot of TT and time, in the restroom,
Amazing.
but hey, it was getting it out. And so that's the plus side of it. I didn't get sick from it, or had to be down
Absolutely.
for a few days or anything. So that was great.
Yes, absolutely. Because these are actually healthy and herb. It's normal and then
Yeah.
organic itself. I actually drink tea, but it's, green tea, and sometimes I
Yeah.
just make my own honey and lemon
Yeah.
tea. So that's what
That's
I
good.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I tried what? Oh, I tried ginger tea. My husband made one for me when I had some cough and cold. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Hmm.
had actually,
See?
but that was kind of spicy for me.
Yeah, it does have a little
So
spice to it. So, but that's why you want to
yeah,
get you a honey, or something to it to kind of help subside the spiciness of
right
it,
taste.
And I'm not like a
Mm,
spice person, either. So I
I
definitely feel you on
see.
that. But if you can add a little hint of honey to it, I think you'll be good.
I see. I see. Well, I'll have to try that because at that time it was so spicy for me that I couldn't even finish one glass of it. But I did my best. I did my
Well, hey, at
best,
least
and
you tried. You got a little swing
eventually
of it in,
my
so that's good.
right, and eventually my cough was gone, and then my colds as well. So yeah, I felt better after that one. So yeah, I decided to have some tea, but not all the time because I'm actually a coffee person. So yeah. Um,
Yes.
but then again, it's a good idea that you've mentioned right now. Why not do that like a routine in the day, probably part of the
Hmm.
day. When you start the day, you gotta
Yeah.
read something and then have some tea with a king, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Have some tea with the
Give
king,
you an idea.
honey.
That sounds so great. And then, yes, I've heard, of course, Atish, you've been sharing these two books with your shows, with your talking and speaking, right? I
Hmm.
am pretty sure that there are some of the listeners, audience that you've got that definitely came to you and tell you something, something that happened to them by the time they read the book. Can you
Yes.
share some story about that?
Absolutely, absolutely, I can. So I have a friend of mine who is in the New York area, and her
Mm-hmm.
mom, was having some issues, as well in her health, and so they
Right.
had looked in the book and saw that I was talking about the lemongrass tea, which the
Mm.
lemongrass tea, it also helps with infections and different things like that, and other, diseases, that
Yeah.
it can help with, as well. And so, of course, we always tell people, you want to check with your physician or whatever, because we're not claiming to be physicians on here. So we definitely want to
Right.
put that disclaimer there, right? But she called me and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I got this in my cupboards," So she gave it to her mom, and her mom started
Mm-hmm.
feeling so much better. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, tell your friend that this is helping me or whatever." And so that's why I was inspired to do it, because I really want to be able to help people and
Yeah.
have people to be able to live, the abundant life, free from stress and worry and disease and all of that stuff. And so it's right here within the
Mm-hmm.
earth. And so if we just, take it, apply it, and just like you said, the ginger was a little spicy for you,
Yeah.
And so I find sometimes, Jean, that, things that are really good for us, sometimes it's hard for us to really take, because we don't want like
Right.
the taste of it. It's icky. So,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it and everything. But whenever you think about it, if it's ucky to you, what is it going to do? Get the uckiness out of you, right? So those
Absolutely,
inkies isn't going to like
absolutely.
it either. So it's going to get away from you, honey, because it don't like the inkiness. So
Absolutely. Eventually, we're gonna, we don't have a choice but, to like it. And then, as what you've said, there are always ways how to, make it something that is fit for us. As what you've
right.
shared, put some honey into it so it will taste a little
Yeah,
bit
throw
better.
you some
Right.
honey,
So,
throw you some lemon. If you take anything
hmm
bitter, if you just take a piece of
exactly.
lemon and squish some of the lemon in your mouth, it'll take all of that bitterness out. That you want, it'll be like you just didn't take it.
Right, right, right. And I am very much sure that everyone definitely needs it. Why? Because there are a lot of synthetic vitamins, minerals outside, but then
Hmm.
again, it doesn't work that much to each and everyone, right? So
Right.
yes, before we wrap up this conversation, Tish, I'd like your idea of w- using synthetic medicine compared to alternative one. I mean, if you get a chance to choose, which would you prefer?
I'm certainly going to go with an all natural approach all day.
Wow.
All day long, all day long. Simply because there's so many fillers and different things like that, in things and the synthetic stuff that, it
Right.
really isn't doing us that much good. I always ask people this question, especially if they've been on medication for an extended period of time.
Uh-huh.
You and I both know people that have, been on medication for 5 years, 10 years,
Yeah.
same medication. So then I'm asking myself
Right.
a question, and you importantly, well, if you've been on it for 5 or 10 years, why haven't you been healed yet?
Exactly.
Why are you
Made
still
me think
taking
about that.
it? So it's absolutely not doing anything for you. It's just putting a little band-aid on, the symptom, but it's not getting to the root of the problem. So you want to be able to
I
take something
agree.
that's all natural that's going to get to the root, and you don't have to worry about that. So all
Oh,
natural for me all day. If I can avoid anybody's medicine, I'm gonna do so.
I see. Well, yes, you made me think of that one. I mean, I wasn't thinking of that one. Yeah. Well, of
Yes.
course, there is something different in that, and you're correct that it's just like a band-aid. By the time it's gone, then again you have to put again, and then the routine is just the same
Yep.
all day long, and then as years go by, it's just the same thing. Well, here's a
Absolutely.
question that actually just popped up right here over me. It's actually from your one and only author relation officer.
I saw that.
He asked, "Why do you think the need to buy your book?"
Well, I think they need to buy the book, you guys, because simply you want to be able to start your day off, correctly,
Right.
with the word of God and with your king, right? The one who created you. And then not only that, he's giving us, the tools to be able to live a good and healthy life. And so if that's the
Right.
life that you want, a healthy life or whatever, and to be able to really spend that time with him, I would urge you to be able to pick up your copy of Morning Tea with the King. Look at everything out there that is available to you to be able to help you, maybe a family member, your son, or whomever, to be able
Mhm.
to get better and live a healthy life. And so I think that we can extend some years, to lots of people's lives, if we just choose the natural approach and those things that are good for you. That's why you need to
Absolutely,
pick
I
up
do
the book.
agree. I do agree to that one. See
Yes.
now, Red, if you're watching us right now, that answers your question. And yes, I just wanted to piggyback on that one. Us actually having our body, making it healthy, making it clean from everything. It's not just physically, but also it cleans our soul, and then yes,
Yeah,
spiritually itself. And as what you've mentioned that having this routine or activity, exercise every morning with the king that created you, then eventually you will have a peaceful life, not just
absolutely.
deep within but also the environment with
Hmm.
around, right? So
Yeah,
yes, everyone, take a copy, get a copy of Tish Barnhardt book from Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and of course her website www.tishbarnhart.com. The titles of the book are Morning Tea with the King. That's the one we're talking about. Talks about herb and also something that will help you detoxify your body and soul. And then the second one, which is So You Want to Be a First Lady, so you can check that out and eventually pick it up. And Tish, if I'm not mistaken, do you have a signed copy for these books on your website?
so yes, if they order, I definitely will be signing the copies and sending them out personally myself if you order from the
Oh,
website.
there you go. So if you want Tish Barnhart's signature on that book, go to her website www.tishbarnhart.com and buy one or two or three copies of her book.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can't just buy
Right.
one. It's like Lay's potato chips. You can't just have one, right? You got to have the whole
Absolutely.
bag.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if you will taste the first chapter of it, we will never put that book again, right?
That's it, girl. You need to see them reviews
Amazing.
on Amazon for So You Want to Be a First Lady, honey. I had a 70-year-old lady to tell me she read the book in 2 days. Okay, to my girl, you had me up
Oh my
all
God.
night reading that book.
Oh my God. It's 48 hours reading. That's so awesome. And
Yes,
I'm happy that she had that energy to, read the book, not feeling so dizzy. In my case, I cannot
yeah,
stay that long.
yeah. My cousin read it in a day, literally, like from that
Wow,
morning
that
to the
sounds
evening.
great. That sounds good. Well, that sounds so amazing as well, and I wish everyone will definitely learn something from your books, Tish. And also, we'll hear your speaking. I do believe you have a channel in your website, so they can definitely see you there, doing the talking and everything, right?
Okay, yeah, that's the Tish Barnhart Show
Right.
.com.
I
Yep,
see. TishBarnhardtShow.com. And also,
yeah.
once again, catch Tish during the Festival of Storytellers that will be happening on January 22nd to February 4. And then her author of the hour sessions that's gonna be on January 27, 2 to 3 p.m. And again, February 4, the same time, 2 to 3 p.m. Right?
Now
So
that one
thank
will
you
be
so
with some
much.
friends. Yes.
Right, absolutely. I'll be also inviting some friends of mine to, watch the show. Again, thank you very
Okay.
much, Tish, for, joining us today, sharing us the excitement that you
You're
have for the
welcome.
upcoming the Festival of Storytellers, and of course, sharing whatever special activity you're planning to do on that day. We're actually excited to see you there, okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you very much. Thank you
You're
very much.
welcome.
And yes, once again, this is Jean. In Reader's Magnet, we say, we share your story with the world. Thank you and see you next time.